Look up membrane theory. I know, we're going to discuss membrane theory. We're going to discuss string theory. We're going to discuss quantum mechanics. We're going to discuss interdimensionality. The fact that there's at least 10, and most likely now they're discovering 11 dimensions. And that's where the string versus the membrane theory guys get in their argument. But where I went, there was no religion there. It was just love. It was just love. 100% pure understanding and love. The animal was gone. All of it. All of it. All that was left was the self-aware Lyran. That was it. So no, I'm not an atheist, like people are asking me. I have more faith than any Christian I've ever met. Because they're confused. They're looking for proof. They're looking for proof to believe. Because it's not grounded in fact and science. It's this mythology. You might as well be reading the Iliad. No. I'm a completely 100% convinced person when it comes to the one true intelligence. But I mean, as far as the impression I got was it was 100 billion, 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 trillion intelligences all joined into one. And, you know, there's other planets with intelligence that are self-aware and they go right to the same place. Some of them can actually, some of them, the animal's been erased and they've matured as a species. And they go straight to this other energy level, this other dimension, okay? Not where I went. That's a pit stop. That's a saving place because none of us were making it. We were all too dirty. This place was created just for us. Like Jesus said, I go to create a place for us. And we go there and we become little kids again. What did Jesus say? No one's going to get in. No one's going to get in unless you become as one of these, talking about the children. And everybody goes, well, I can't ever do that. I'm fucked. How can I become a kid again, right? No, you can't. Not here. But this place that I went. However long you got to stay there, that's why there was only children there. These other adults that came, they were not the same kind of, they were different. And I'm going to go into that a little more about what happened after the little girls here. But not in this video. I just want people to understand that I'm a deeply religious person. If you take the religion and throw it out and find some other word, believing or understanding, whatever it is, it's grounded in science, not faith. You're going there. If you have a conscience, if you've done something bad and it bothered you and worried you, you're okay. You're not an animal. You're going to where I went. You will not be punished for the things you did here. You will be punished for the things you didn't do. Like leaving hate on your page, right? My message. You will be punished for that, and not by anyone there, but by yourself. You will punish you. When you have all knowledge, and you look at yourself, you will be disgusted to a point that it's unimaginable. I saw myself. They showed me. I asked, and I'm gonna give you. I asked. I want that. They showed me a door, and for some reason in these NDEs, you know, there's certain metaphors that always crop up, and I was shown doors in books. And maybe that's how the whole thing got started, this whole religion and book thing, right? Maybe that's how it got started, because people have been having near-death experiences, because we all have them. It's a process. You don't go bam and dead. There's a process that you can go like this, okay? It's not like that. You can go there and come back. You're just not allowed to remember. I was showing myself, and what I saw was someone sitting amongst a bunch of flowers on a bench, and he was in a robe and he was dejected and his head was down, and you could tell he was pretty much the most sorry looking, remorseful thing I've ever seen in my life. And I asked them, who's that? Who's that? And they said, you know who that is. And took me a long time to figure out who that was. Really, for the first 20 years, I didn't know who that was. I know who that was now. That was me. That was me. That's what I'm going to look like when I go back. Disgusting. Filthy. But I'm trying to do things, not leave things undone. I'm supposed to tell you this. It's important. That was also in my experience. It wasn't a lot of people, but there were some people who were truly looking for God and a way to find Him. And all religion did was chase them away. Because they're intelligent people. They know that evolution is a fact. They know that evolution is a fact. Survival of species. They understand that. They believe in geology. They can see the strata. They understand tectonic movements. It all makes sense to them. There's no confusion or ambiguity like there is in religion. The facts speak clearly. But it goes like this with religion because they don't want you to believe that. Because that completely destroys their whole system of belief. And now they can't believe in God without these little toolkits they've got that they've all got laid out. They can't believe in God because they have no faith, right? That's it. And every Sunday they go to church looking for God. Go feed somebody a fucking sandwich and you will find God. You will feel God. Go to your page and erase some hate today. Please. Don't put it off. Go through every video you have, and if there's a hateful remark, you throw it away. If someone is being hateful, you ban them. You don't associate. You don't give them playtime on your page, or you are hateful. And it's going to come back. It's going to stay dirty and sully your soul. And it might take, you will be cleaned up. I want you to know that, okay? But there is a place that the opposite of where we go is this animal realm. It's not the same state as us. There's no self-awareness there. It's all animal instinct, and that energy sits there, and there's no love there. It's different. It's different, but there's an existence for all life forms after an existence here. All energy is transmuted and changed into another form. That's it. Interdimensionality exists. There's the 6th, the 7th, and the 8th dimension. And I know that's hard to wrap your head around. It's hard to comprehend. But that's because you don't have the tools for it. My remote here, it's all space. Very little of that is solid. If you take an atomic nuclei and you take the nearest orbiting electron, okay, it's going to be in the next town over there. And everything is made up that way. It's all space. Everything around you here is space. It takes quantum mechanics and mathematics to understand exactly what our existence is. And even then we don't understand it. We know these other dimensions exist, but we can't wrap our hands around it because it is just such a hard concept to understand. That there could be somewhere within, the distance is so short we probably couldn't measure it, but it's there and it's just as big as ours. But the laws are different. Everything functions completely different. And each one of those successive dimensions operates that way. I saw the doorway where God was, and I wanted it bad, and there was nothing else that mattered. Even the love that I had where I was didn't compare with that door right there, and I wanted it. And they said, oh, well, you can't, because you're not in the book. I went, what book? What book? And they took me over to again, metaphorical, okay? They took me into this little building that was no bigger than an outhouse that looked like a Roman structure of some type. And I walked in there, and there was a pedestal with a book on it, and this place was huge. And they opened the book up, and they said, see, you're not in here. So you can't go over there. And I was devastated. I was devastated. And I said, but I want it. And how? How? That's all that mattered. And they said, oh, well, you have to go do this then. And they took me over to this other book. And they said, choose. And when I looked in the book, I saw every human woman on planet Earth.